If you haven't already, but you do not want to miss the rest of this video. Enjoy.
That means you start out with a certain amount of seasoning. You don't try to put it all in there in the beginning. You taste it, because as something stews or cooks, then you know, things evaporate, things condense, and your flavors are going to develop even more. Y'all, I wouldn't lie to you not. It is perfect. It's perfect in terms of the amount of Maggie Pollo chicken bouillon I put in there, the amount of salt that I put in the water with the turkey. It is perfect. It's almost buttery in flavor. Okay, I'm gonna let this thing rock and roll until it's done. Now, you know, with white beans, the shells are tender. The outer part of the bean, I should say, is tender. So it's not unusual for them to cook down into almost like soup consistency. You see what I mean? Some of the beans have already started to disintegrate. It's already tender enough to just mash between your fingers. It's just not cooked to the point that you would be ready to eat it yet. Okay? Or definitely softer. Now, here's our garlic. The first thing I'm going to put this juice in there, and now I can handle this. There it is, y'all. I'm just going to do like half of it. Roasted garlic in your navy white beans. Oh, yes. There's one. This one. Ooh, it's still hot. Another roasted clove. Beautiful. I'm gonna get 2 more. Right there, and that's it. Ooh. That roasted garlic, y'all. It's in there. It's in there. Like ragu, it's in there. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Those 4 roasted cloves are going to cause hell in this pot. Okay, so let's get some of our onion. So that's a handful of red, a handful of white. Ooh, I don't see how people don't eat onions, baby. Onions are white. Maybe a little more. Plus some of our green onion. Bring that pot alive. These are really alive. Ooh, the flavors are really, really good. Really, really good. Let me show you, give you a direct overhead. There you go, peeps. Directly over top. Beautiful. I'm not going to put any more seasoning whatsoever. Now this pot is prepared to do what it needs to do. As far as your broth, just remember with beans, you always use beans to thicken beans. You know, normally with gravies and things like that, you would go in and create a slurry with flour or cornstarch. But for beans, honey, you use your beans to thicken your beans. And by that, I mean you just mash some beans up to thicken the pot. Thicken the stock in the pot. And there's that cornbread, honey. Woo! You're our uncle. Hanging out. Ooh, we brought this together so fast, honey. I might make y'all some rice. Just so the rice levels won't feel left out. When my daughter gets ready to eat, she will appreciate the rice anyway. Alright, y'all. So now we gotta let this thing do what it does. Okay, y'all. Here we go. Look at our pot. See, now these beans are super soft. And you can tell, see how the meat has started to come away from the turkey wing. And then you always just use a spoon to take a bean or 2 out and chew, you know, chew it, eat it, and see if the outer portion of the bean is tender enough. This is. So basically our beans are finished. Now I know that it looks like a lot of water or a lot of liquid in there, But the thing with white beans is that it thickens up on its own. Even after it cools, it's going to get really thick, the broth is. So you never want to cook your white beans down to where there's no broth. Otherwise, when your beans cool, they'll be super stiff. So you have to leave some liquid in your white beans. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our final aromatics. There's our red pepper, y'all. We're going to drop it all the way in there, stir it in. And we're going to add just a few more. The last onion that we want to have the bite to it, we're going to add it in. Add in those last bit of onion and stir it in. Okay, just kind of push everything down into that really hot liquid and let it do its thing. And now, because we're not actively cooking the beans anymore, we're just kind of letting it simmer. Those veggies are going to soften, but they won't disintegrate, which is what we want. Otherwise, we wouldn't have added these at the end because we've cooked with plenty onions to flavor our pot. But I want that bite, honey. And then I'll add the okra in after this. The okra will be the very last thing, especially since they're done. Now, if the okra was still frozen and I wasn't concerned about it, you know, getting slimy because I'm sharing them with my friend's husband, then I would have just dropped the okra in here at this point. But we're going to put them in at the very end since they're done now. Baby, that broth is good, good, good.
These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
But what happens to when the woman tell you, I don't need a man, Steve?
Well, they need to, what? Okay, if you don't, how that's working? You know, how that's working? Who don't need no man?
I'm independent, I can do for myself.
Yeah, but what do you want to? Yeah, okay, you can drop a transmission. You can sandblast your house. But hell, do you want to?
No.
If somebody could get out there and drop this transmission for you and sandblast your house, why don't you go get your nails done? I'm not trying to reduce a woman to nothing else. Be all you can be. But damn, who don't need a man? That's a lie. What man don't need a woman? I tell you what. Try to live without them. Try to live your life without women. This ain't about la da, man. This some bullshit without women. If it wasn't for women, what would you? He said, if women did not exist, all the money in the world would have no meaning. Dog, women is everything. They catch me out. They the lick, man. But these young boys done forgot it because these women out here, they've had to be independent because they ain't got the right man.
Okay.
But this system of marriage is still good.
Okay.
This system of a man taking care of a woman, that's really how it's supposed to be. All the rest of it's bullshit, man. And y'all need to quit tricking yourself with this new way of thinking. Because this new way of thinking ain't getting y'all no damn way.
Look how beautiful this pot of beans turned out. Oh, yes. Maybe sweet November will tell us a story, yeah, and will bring us back the love that we once knew. And we boiled our okra separately as to not make our pot slimy. See how the water is slimy? So we're just going to fish out the okra using a slotted spoon. And I may not even put all of them in there. I may just only do a few. Just I need that pot to say, honey, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana. That's what I need that pot to say. You know, it's a difference. We just a little different, you know? So, there you have it. I'm not going to put all of them in there. I'll save the other for my plate on the side. And I'm telling y'all, if you ever see those red jalapeno, get them. They are delicious. We'll be back to fix our plate. Hey y'all, hey. I wanted to come back on and show y'all my plate. I don't know about most people. You know I told you I was going to start showing you my eating the food, but this is my actual plate. The one I did for the demo looked a little different, but this is mine. I've added onion and red onion and tomato. Those are my beautiful Roman tomatoes that came in my $2 discount produce bag from Fresh by Brookshires. So thank you, Fresh. And I don't know. I mean, I've heard other people say it, y'all, but it is so hard. There it is with the green onion. See, smoking. It's hard for me to eat right after I cook. So this is indeed a new day. It's so delicious, y'all. And that's why I'm explaining really quick what it tastes like. So y'all see the plate. And what I do is a segment of what went well, like as far as how I decided to cook something, because y'all know I don't cook from a recipe. So another thing, I had the revelation right before I got ready to get on camera. Since I don't cook from a recipe, another thing I can do, and I'm going to start eating the food on camera, tasting it, explaining what it tastes like. I'm going to share what I loved about how I cooked the dish and what I didn't love so much, or what I wish I would have done differently. Okay, now I think of a little cutesy way to say it, but this, y'all, I said all that to say, that's what I'm going to do going forward. Please remind me if I don't, but this is impeccable. I'm telling y'all, I cannot think of one thing that I wish I would have done differently. I really can't. The only thing I thought about, y'all, I'll get it. I haven't opened this box of shallots yet. Shallots. They're like small onions. I remember asking y'all one time, did y'all know the difference? Y'all, shallots are terribly expensive. I have seen these things for as much as like $8, $9, $11 a pound. They're terribly expensive most times. So if you ever see them and they're not that expensive, let me know. But this is the only thing I thought about. I said, dang, I should have put some shallots in my beans. I'll explain why later. But, you know, with all of the elements I did use in here, especially roasting the garlic, I don't even miss the shallots. Remember, I have both yellow onion and red onion. Y'all, these beans are beautiful. Now, think back to the pot. It may have looked like the pot had too much liquid in it. But that's one thing I had to learn the hard way when I first started cooking beans. You don't cook those beans down to where there's no liquid, because as you can see, once they get warm, the beans are a starch, so it's going to start, the liquid is going to somewhat solidify. And if you don't leave a good amount of pot liquor in your beans, then when you get ready to warm your beans up, they will be stiff like a brick. They will be muddy. There won't be any juice.
All right, y'all. Sorry we cut off abruptly. The battery ran out, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, but it's beans, y'all. It had to be long. So if you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click like, click share. Tell somebody about Keisha's Crumbs. And make sure you turn on your notification bell so you'll get notified every time we upload another video. Remember, crumbs from the master's table is better than eating the whole roll from somewhere else. Love y'all and see you soon. More videos coming right at you.